We'll talk about something here today. It's a little bit about the lineage of Donald Trump. And in a sense, it does play into a lot of what's been going on and how he thinks and how he feels, etc., how he views himself and the world. Oh, by the way, this is a deplorable duck hat from my Etsy page. Y'all can look it up. I'll have a link in the description below to go to my Etsy page and look at some of the stuff I got up for sale there. Some cool stuff. Take a choke. I even got coffee mugs, and it's really cool. So anyway, go ahead with the video. Coincidence or hero narrative? Trump's bloodlines, symbolism, and the Anglo-Saxon mission. Y'all remember back a while back, I talked about the Anglo-Saxon mission in a video, so it kind of plays part into what's going on. Every once in a while, I'll run across something that makes me stop and say, okay, there's either one heck of a coincidence or somebody upstairs has a strange sense of humor. Before everybody loses their mind in the comments, I'm not telling you this is proof of anything. I'm just going to show you the pattern that I see. And if I was Donald Trump, I honestly think I might believe some of it myself. Most people don't know that Donald Trump's father, Fred, wasn't an immigrant at all. He was born right here in America, in New York. But his grandfather, Frederick, who he's named after, came over from Germany back in 1885. And on his mother's side, he got the name MacLeod from Scotland. And if anybody knows anything about the lineage of the Illuminati families, you would recognize MacLeod as one of them, supposedly. But anyway, here's where things get a little more interesting. Now, Trump's paternal grandmother's surname was Christ. Trump's his great-grandfather's name was Christian. His mother's name was Mary Ann. And his own first name, Donald, comes from the old Gaelic name that roughly means world leader or world mighty ruler. And I'm not saying that means anything, but I'm saying that's a pretty strange coincidence of names of ending up in one family tree, one family line. You have Mary, you have Christ, you have Christian, and you have Donald. You can already see how somebody who believes in symbolism, much as like they do, would start connecting the dots. And then you got the Scottish side. The MacLeod clan traces itself back hundreds of years. According to tradition, Clan MacLeod descended from Leod, whose father was Olaf the Black, named for his black hair, which is a kind of an odd thing in the Scandinavian Viking lore. But the interesting part is that his family tradition connects itself to Old Norse kings. So you have German ancestry on one side, you have Scottish and Viking ancestry on the other, and we know how both of these type people think about bloodlines. And again, I'm not saying any of this proves destiny. I'm saying people throughout history have always attached meaning to their ancestry. Kings did it, emperors did it, entire civilizations was built upon this idea. Now here's where it gets really, really interesting to me. Now imagine you're Donald Trump, and all this is laid out before you as you're a young man growing up, and you think about it from his perspective. Your name means ruler. Your mother is Mary. Your grandmother's name is Christ. And your great-grandfather's name is Christian. So what would you think if all this propaganda is being pumped down your throat as you grow into maturity and you're guided into where you are now? You come from old European bloodlines, the European Illuminati. You survive an assassination by just mere inches, supposedly. You lose the presidency. Then somehow you come back politically from the dead when everybody says you are finished, done. And if I was him, I might honestly begin to believe that God has placed me where I am. Not because I'm crazy, but because human beings naturally build stories around themselves, their lives. Alexander the Great believed destiny chose him. Napoleon believed destiny chose him. Kings ruled by divine right for centuries. Whether they were right or wrong isn't the point. The point is that people often become what they believe themselves to be. Now, years ago, around 2010, there was something that surfaced called the Anglo-Saxon mission. I've talked about this in a previous video a few weeks back, if you go back and look. So some of you old conspiracy researchers probably remember it. It came through Project Avalon and Bill Ryan. According to that story, certain elites supposedly believe that the world would eventually go through a massive conflict and restructuring, a new world order. One part that caught people's attention was that the possibility of a Middle East conflict involving Iran and Israel. Now, I'm not saying that the document predicted the future, but it did lay out a plan that they were following, including the pandemics that we went through from 2019 forward. And I'm definitely not saying everything is true, wink, wink, but I do find it interesting that 15 years later, Iran and Israel are once again sitting at the center of the world's attention. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. History has a funny way of repeating itself. But here's what fascinates me. What if Donald Trump himself sees the patterns? What if he genuinely believes he survived for a reason? What if he sees victories, his failures, his family history, and all these strange coincidences as evidence that he was meant to be where he is? Because honestly, if I were standing in his shoes, I might think the same thing. And maybe that's the secret behind leadership. Not that somebody is chosen, but that they believe they are. Whether that belief comes from God, history, or simply the stories we tell ourselves or have been told by our friends and family, I don't know. But I do know this. Humans have always searched for meaning, and sometimes the patterns we see tell us more about ourselves than they do about the world around us. Well, I'm Deplorable Duck. These are just some of the things I think about, and maybe, just maybe, I'm wrong. And maybe, just maybe, I'm right. Y'all have a groovy day. Later, taters.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.